This time, instead of keeping your arms running alongside the body, interlace your fingers underneath you, rock left and right so that you can wiggle your elbows and shoulders a little closer together underneath you. You'll feel a more broadening sensation across your chest, your collarbones. Nice. Continue to press down into the heels, press down into the mounds of your big toes. Take 3 more rounds of breath as you hold bridge pose. Almost there. Take 1 more inhale. Lift maybe just a little higher. On exhale, release the arms, release the hips back down to the earth. Let the block go off to the side. And 1 more time, bridge pose, this time without the block. So when you're ready, press down into your feet and lift your hips up. Interlace fingers underneath you in the same way that you did a moment ago. And imagine that the block is still in between your thighs. So you are still firmly hugging the inner thighs towards midline, although they are no longer touching. Take 1 more inhale. And on your exhale, lower the hips all the way back down to the mat. Nicely done. Allow your knees to hug in towards your chest. Give the body just a little hug. Your hands with the outer edges of your feet, bring your elbows to the insides of your knees. And if you imagine that you are trying to stand your feet up on the ceiling, press your feet up into your hands and let your hands pull back down on your feet. Feel your inner thighs start to hug towards the sides of the rib cage. And ground down through your low back as well as through your shoulder blades. Take the tiniest tuck of your chin so that you can feel the back of your neck get long. And then 3 full cycles of breath. Steady in through the nose. Full exhale out as you pull down with the hands. Get full inhale for the low back knee down. Full exhale, allow the hips to soften. Take 1 more inhale through the nose. Full exhale out. Release the feet and both knees in towards the chest. And then allow your left leg to extend out on the mat in front of you. Right knee is still in towards the chest. And then taking a twist, the right knee pulls over to the left as your right arm reaches out to the right. Maybe even take your gaze to the right. If this doesn't feel the most comfortable, one option you can take is to scoot your hips a couple inches to the right before you twist it. Take 1 full cycle of breath here. Then slowly come all the way back to center. Let's switch sides. Keep your left knee in towards your chest as your right leg extends out on the mat in front of you. Maybe you choose to scoot your hips a couple inches to the left before you twist to the right. Reach your left arm out to the side. And so not only is there a twist happening for your spine, but maybe even a little bit of an opening for your chest, for the left shoulder. Take a full inhale. And a full exhale. Listen, a little different. Instead of coming back to center, continue to roll over onto the right side of your body. Gently press yourself up to seated, and then draw yourself forward into a tabletop position. Once you come up onto all fours, see or feel that your shoulders are stacking over your wrists and your hips are stacking over your knees. From this tabletop position, reach your left leg towards the back of the room. So both hands are still on the mat, right knee is on the back, and left leg is reaching long behind you. it's really tempting to let your left hip open up, meaning if you look at your left foot, sometimes the toes will want to angle outward. Don't let that happen. Feel that your toes are pointing straight down, that you are pressing your heel towards the back of the room so the foot is flexed, and even feel that your inner left thigh is lifting up towards the sky. Awesome. Hold that there. And now reach your right hand towards the front of the room. So we've added a balance component in. Continue to hug your low belly in, so cinch in through the core. Reach really long through your right fingertips towards the front of the room, as well as through your left leg towards the back of the room. One more inhale, reach a little longer, get a little bigger. And on your exhale, hug your left knee to your right elbow underneath you. On your next inhale, reach the right arm out, left leg back. And same thing, exhale, hug your right elbow to your left knee. Last one, inhale, lengthen, reach out. On exhale, try to tap your right elbow to your left knee underneath you. Inhale, reach long. On your exhale, right hand goes back down to the mat. Lower the left knee to the mat. Nice. We'll try the other side. Stay where you are with the hands. Reach your right leg towards the back of the room. You can even take a peek underneath you to see that your right toes are pointing straight down and like you are trying to stamp your heel on the wall behind you. Feel that your inner right thigh is lifting up towards the sky and your outer right hip is pulling down towards the ground. When you're ready, left arm reaches forward, thumb facing up. Pause here. Pull the low belly in so you're not getting crunchy or dumping down into your low back. Let your core support you. Nice. Take a big inhale. Reach really long through left fingers, your right foot. On exhale, tap your left elbow to your right knee underneath you. Hug it in. Inhale, reach it long, expand. Exhale, hug it in, knee to elbow. Last one. Inhale, reach out, lift up. Exhale, hug knee in towards elbow. Inhale, lengthen, expand. On exhale, left hand lowers, right knee lowers. Nicely done. When you're ready, tuck your toes and let's meet in downward facing dog. Lift the knees up, lift the hips up. If you are newer to downward facing dog, start off just by pedaling one knee out or one leg out at a time. It's not the most intuitive shape, that's for sure. But as with anything, right? The more you do it, the more you practice, the more familiar it gets, the easier it gets. As you start to settle in towards stillness, if you haven't already, check to see again that your hands are about shoulders width. Allow your fingers to spread wide. And really try to move down through the base of your thumb and the base of your index finger. It's really easy to want to roll to the outer edges, the pinky side of the hand. And then feet are also about hips width. Take a generous bend in your knees. Keep the bend in the knees as you push your hips as far back as you can. In doing so, hopefully you feel a little bit more length in the sides of the body as well as your spine. Keep that feeling of length and space as you start to re-straighten through the legs. The first focus, the primary focus, is to maintain length and space in your spine. Secondary is to get the legs a little straighter. If they don't go straight, not a big deal. Wonderful. Take one more inhale through the nose. Stay here on the exhale. On your inhale, let your weight shift forward into plank and upward push-up. On your exhale, take your gaze forward and as slowly as you can, lower yourself all the way down to your belly. Let's come into cobra. Keep your hands where they are. Untuck your toes. And inhale as you lift your chest up just slightly. imagine that you are pressing your hands down into the ground, so much so that you're trying to drag your body along the ground towards the front of the room. You can feel your elbows hugging in firmly right next to your rib cage. The shoulders pull away from the ears, so there's a lift of the chest. Take one more inhale. On your exhale, lower the chin back down, tuck your toes, press your hips back into downward facing dog. Let's take that one more time. From your downward facing dog, inhale as the weight shifts forward into plank. On exhale, gaze goes forward as slowly and controlled as you can. Lower all the way down to the belly. Cool. Inhale, lift the chest, elbows hug in. On your exhale, press the hips back, downward facing dog. Nicely done. Take a couple rounds of breath in downward facing dog. And recognize that if these movements are new for you, they are not easy. I can remember my very first down dog and just thinking, this is terrible. Why would anyone do this? But also trust that the more you do it, the more familiar it gets. So take one more inhale through the nose. Full exhale out. Then when you're ready, step your feet up to meet your hands in a forward fold at the front of your mat. Take your feet about hips width. Allow for a gentle or generous bend in your knees so that you can feel your torso really folding over the thighs. And then interlace your fingers behind your back, and it's your choice to either rest your fists on your low back or take your fist up overhead. Either way, relax the neck, relax the jaw. Take one more inhale. Full exhale. Keep your fingers interlaced behind you and slowly pull yourself all the way up to standing. Once you get up to standing, release your fingers. Inhale as the arms sweep up overhead. Reach long through your ring fingers. On exhale, hands come to the chest. Again, inhale as your arms sweep high overhead, maybe even a little back bend. Exhale, hands to the chest. One more. Inhale, arms rise, reach, reach, reach. Get long in the sides of your body. Exhale, hands come together in front of your heart. Press the palms together. And now let's combine that movement with our downward facing dog transitions from earlier for a full sun salutation. We call that Surya Namaskar Day. Here we go. Inhale as the arms sweep high overhead. On your exhale, fold forward. On your inhale, come halfway up with a flat back, fingertips to your shins. Exhale, fold forward, plant your hands down, and step back to plank. Pause in your plank. Take a full inhale. Push the earth away. Same as before, on exhale, gaze goes forward, and as slowly as you can, lower all the way down to your belly. Keep your elbows hugging in. Inhale, cobra. Imagine you're trying to pull your chest towards the front of the room. On your exhale, downward facing dog. Tuck your toes, press your hips back. Take a full inhale through the nose. On your exhale, step or even lightly hop to the front of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, come halfway up, flat back, draw your shoulders away from your ears. Exhale, forward. On your inhale, reverse swan dive, rise all the way up to standing, arms sweep up overhead. Exhale, hands to the chest. Nicely done. Take a full inhale through the nose. Full exhale out. As you stand here, we will wrap the practice. Allow your feet to be hips width if they're not already. Hands can release down by your sides, palms slightly face forward and fingertips reaching for the earth. Really stand up tall as you lift through the heart. And then either allow the eyes to close, or if that doesn't feel appropriate, or balance is iffy, then keep the eyes open, but gaze soft. And then bring your attention to the very tip of your tailbone. Imagine that you are trying to center the tip of your tailbone just in between your ankles. Notice that you are not still at all. There's constant refinement, constant readjustment. And that's exactly how we move through the day, constantly readjusting, realigning. And so if we can practice the tools we need for living our life here on the mat, then this becomes an incredibly valuable practice. So whether you are readjusting your posture or readjusting your mentality or what be it, thank you so much for joining me on the mat, yogis. Let's wrap up with one round of breath. Take a full inhale through the nose and a full exhale out. And I hope to see you again here very soon. My name is Kilty, and namaste. Have a beautiful day.